Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Google Business Buzz. As always, I'm Ajay and I'm joined by my friend, my colleague, and my brother, Henry. Henry, how you doing today, man? What we got on the menu for all the people?
Hey, first of all, welcome back. It's been too long, I think. We've uh we've made through a good podcast without you, but it's great to have you back, man. Congratulations on the baby. We wanted to tell you in person or through the video. Amazing stuff. So today, we are going to talk about a really, really important subject, something that we've talked about plenty of times before, but it's becoming more and more relevant. It's AI, right? And what that means for businesses. What does artificial intelligence mean for a local small business and small business owners? And this is something that, we've been setting up for with previous podcasts. I think not to toot our own horns, but we've been talking about this and now we're seeing it come into fruition. So the the first thing I want to talk about and I wanted your thoughts on are how is AI impacting traffic and basically the customer journey? How are people using AI to find local businesses now?
Oh man, I like that you started it there. That's point one. So what I think people need to understand first before we can tell that story of how AI is changing things is how was it done before? And really the customer journey is changing. You're on ChatGPT, you're on Gemini, you're on a large language model. Everyone, almost everyone I know is using this technology in some way or another. Why is that significant? Because think about it, guys. How have we used technology to find answers in the past? Google. That's the last major bookmark in the chapter, right? Use Google to find what you're looking for, whether it be an informational query, a transactional query. And of course, there's also been other places people go, but Google has really been the heavyweight. And so now, when we answer that question directly, the one you posed at the beginning, Henry, how does this change things? Well, the answer at a high level is very simple. It's that people are looking now in different places. There's a whole new second layer here, an emerging layer in artificial intelligence and large language models where people are going somewhere else to find answers. Okay, well, what does that mean, Henry? What does it mean that now people are going to a different spot than they're used to get a slice of the pie?
Well, it means that everybody that is used to getting traffic from Google or from Bing or just classic ways are going to see a shift. We're seeing a
Hmm.
shift in how people are finding small businesses and websites and calling profiles, especially Google business profiles. It's no secret that the SERP is changing, right? We've talked about how local service ads shows up at the top, pushes Google Business Profile down. Then Google Ads still shows underneath Google Guaranteed, and it pushes Google Business Profile even further down. The organics are so far down, you have to scroll at least twice on your phone to get to them. But now this AI overview layer is pushing it even further, right? This new experimental AI mode that you can get with Google search, it's taking you to a totally different interface where you're not seeing ads. You're just seeing organic results mainly from Google Business Pro, Google Maps, and websites, right? And listings, but the fact that there are no ads at this point, it's a huge area of opportunity.
And also a huge clue. They're dropping this breadcrumb in front of you. They're telling us where they're going. They're saying, "Hey, so far with how this thing is shaping out, it looks like organics are going to be the source of the truth." Why? Because they're less biased. I don't have to put a $10,000 budget behind me on paid ads to prove to my customers that I'm the best and that I'm at number one. No, it's reference points of trust consolidated through many different places to build an unbiased real picture of who I am. So that's the first clue, the first breadcrumb, everybody, is that in this new AI landscape that's emerging, they're heavily pointing to what, Henry? To websites, to directories, fill in the blanks. I'm sure there's other reference points.
No, for sure. Directories like Apple, like Yelp. Yelp is a huge one. Better Business Bureau, that
BBB,
comes up a lot in but the website,
the
that
huge one.
is the main source of the truth. We see that the local business schema, the schema markup that you add to your website, it's the first thing the AI can pull. It's great structured content for not just for search engines like Google and Bing, but for AI. That's something that they have readily available, the schema markup. So a local business schema markup with your areas of service areas, with your services, job types, all this is now essential. We've been talking about like why is a website important? Well, it's something that AI is going to reference, right? And the more and more that users rely on AI, the more it's going to refine. And I believe that just like Google has had their vision of delivering quality search results in lieu of even ad dollars, they'd rather deliver a quality ad result and to a user than give them a advertiser that is willing to pay but is not a good business owner, and there are ways to tell, right? So they're taking that to to this area as well, to AI. AI is going to always want to deliver excellent results to the user, right? All that AI wants to do is please, right? And sometimes they're too biased and they make things up, but it's all with good intent. And the more that people use it, the more it'll improve, and those hallucinations are going to go down, and people are going to definitely rely more and more on AI.
Well said. And so, where does that leave us in the broader arc, everyone? It leaves us here. Before, we know most customers were being found through mostly Google, social media, Bing, Yahoo, Apple. But now we're not saying Google's going away. We're saying that there's a new stream of
Mhm.
activity, of action here. Where is that? That's coming from traffic from ChatGPT, from Gemini, from other places. Meta AI. Henry, you're not going to do it to me this podcast. I
Dude,
said it first. And
we got to
so
talk about that.
we do. And what does that mean, though? It means that you, as a business owner, the thesis, the core of this podcast that we're trying to get to is that you need to make sure that that AI can see you, that your business, your online properties are extremely visible and accurate and readily accessible to AI. And so, what does that mean? Let's go forward to our aha moment. Where does AI pull the info from? Henry's already brought it up. It pulls it from the website. It pulls it from directories, fancy schmancy word for BBB, sites like BBB, Apple, Yelp, GBP, Google Business
Mhm.
Profile. And so the pitch rounds back to what we were talking about eventually. It's talking about before, rather, excuse me. It's not about being in one place. It's about being everywhere. And as the foundation to be everywhere, information accuracy matters now more than ever for Google, for AI. And so the future isn't anymore this guaranteed, trajectory we were walking on where Google's the king, Google's the king, Google's the king. Google's still the king. But now the future is looking like it could be a toss up. We don't know where things are going to land. And so what's the smartest thing that we want you guys to do as business owners? Understand where things are going and plan for the future. Hedge against risk, right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket, put them in multiple baskets. Make sure that this foundation is strong so that no matter what happens ahead of time, that you will be prepared and that your business will be visible, which means what? Let's tie it back to the beginning. More visibility, more customer actions, more organic lead generation, your phone ringing more, your website getting visited and trafficked more, and customers finding you more. And that's really the key. If you lose that key, then you've lost the point of the story. And so, Henry, the pitch is be everywhere organically. Everything that's
Mhm.
old is now new again. And so future proof yourself, guys. Henry, what are some tips in this world right now, actionably towards the directories, towards the websites? If I'm a business owner, what type of products am I looking for? How am I handling this from a product side?
What you said, everything old is new, right? When I started back in 2013 doing social media, it was a big focus on social media. When I started doing local ranking and local search, it's all been about the Google algorithm, Google Local, and Google Maps. The most important thing we used to talk about 10 years ago was reputation management, was being everywhere with listing management and social media management. And that is the most important thing today. On top of the website, because that's the source of the truth for all three of those things, right? You got to tie back somewhere. Your website is like your storefront, 24/7 open. The the reviews, the listings, GBP, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, and the social media management. Those are crucial today because of the customer journey, right? People might start with a AI chat GPT search, but they might not convert there. I know I'm doing all kinds of research before I'm about to be, spending money with a business. And that includes checking out their social media profiles. What are they posting? That includes going to their GBP and checking out reviews, going to Yelp, checking out reviews. That includes checking out their website, checking out their photos, past projects. Uh, all of this is basically a cohort to the final action, right? Which is me reaching out to that business with the intent to actually contract them, right? That is something you can't let go and you can't avoid. Nowadays you have to be everywhere, just like you said, and social media is important. The All the listings that we manage as OMG National, which are the top five, and some niche listings like for lawyers, Avo, Lawyer Legion, for realtors, we have realtor.com and all of these, Zillow. These different listings that Google rank are also ranked and indexed by the different AIs. Gemini goes into the same websites as the Google bot used to, because Google bot is AI. All of those old updates that they were rolling out, turns out they're AI. If you look at BERT, like look up the BERT update, it's AI. It's basically the beginnings of how AI is taking a search user's intent and the context of the words that they use to give them a good result, not just any random, keyword based result. So all of that is today's world is what AI is referencing and where AI is gathering information. We have to talk about Meta AI, right? Advantage Plus, the way that they are using their AI to target meta ads to users is incredible. We've discovered, and shout out to MJ, our director of marketing here at OMG, that the meta AI will take your audience, the audience that you set, as a recommendation, but if your ad and the creative within is important and relevant to other set of audience, Meta's going to go ahead and take your ad and show it to that other set of audience because they need this service or this product as well. It's really important to take that into consideration, right? Because what is it doing? It's no longer taking the audience targeting as the, main source of the truth. It's taking its own context, its own information as the main source of the truth to deliver the ad to the right person.
how strong is that signal and how far can it go? Where can this business be investing its dollars that they may not even know? There's a target market there hungry for the product being offered, guys. Those are the types of insights, beautifully said, brother, that AI is using to help you generate more revenue, to help you help more people with your products and services. So I think to summarize, and Henry, that was beautiful, to summarize everything into this neat condensed sentence. It's like you got to anchor yourself in this world because you're hedging against risk, you're hedging against change, you're hedging against or not against, really, with progress and development. How do you do that? You anchor deeply. Where do you anchor? You anchor in the things that are always constants, your directories. And to Henry's point specifically, not just all your directories, it's not a world of noise. Which directories are most important for your specific industry? If you're a lawyer, like Henry said, those law directories are more important than just the noise, right? So it's not how many places are we putting you, it's how many places are you putting me that matter, that are important, that are relevant to me. Directories. Point B, the website. I love the verbiage you use there. The website is the source of the truth. Not only does Google care about it deeply for organics, but large language models and AI care about your website a lot. So the second anchor there is the website. So website plus directories, you've already got a brilliant foundation. So whatever product you're looking for, whatever solution you're being pitched and sold, ask them these questions. What directories do you guys take care of and why? How are you optimizing me for in a world with AI in it? What specifically are you doing that preps me for this landscape? Does my website have local marketing schema, local business schema? How are my H1s, my H2s? Don't skip the stuff that is in our industry. It's easy to stop talking about the facts, the tried and true, the tested, the anchors, the things that will never change. And it's not that we have this new exciting message that everything is different. As Henry said before, it's everything that is old is new again. We got to make sure we're doing those basics still, but being perfect and intentional in them. We can't afford to miss in this environment. And that's really the key to open the door to the future, to make sure that you're well prepared for it, that you're anchored and your foundation is solid. Because if you're everywhere, they will come. And when they come, you want to make sure they're coming for you and not for your competitor's product or service. So
Absolutely. Here, here. Well said, Jay. And I think that is a great way to wrap it up, because if they can find you, they can call you. And we can help. If you're not already on the internet, if you don't already have a social media presence, or if you need help with your Google business profile, we're the ones to call. We have a great product of the month. It's called Local Marketing Essentials, and it is really focused on these fundamentals, right? These fundamentals that now feed data to AI. So everybody, call us up. Let us hook you up. That's my shameless plug to end it. And appreciate everybody for another episode. And thanks for coming back, Jay. Can't wait to do the next one with you.
thanks for having me, brother. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Bye, everybody.